Someone on Twitter was asking to see my herb garden that I planted last year. Incredibly still alive. I mean, we're not like thriving. She's a little bit leggy. The growth hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been out of this world. If you're gonna be a plant in my house, you're gonna have to learn to be strong really, really quick. Have I learned from this near failure at all? No. Am I going to jump head first into container gardening like I know what I'm doing this summer? Yes. But here's what you don't understand. I don't believe I can fail. If there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's be nearly delusionally confident in my own success. I can hear, okay, what are you doing? I can hear animals getting up to things they're not supposed to. Yesterday, I made the mistake of becoming invested in celebrity drama. I don't really care about celebrities. I don't really keep up with them. And that is an intentional choice on my part. But recently, all that drama with Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber has been infiltrating my social media platforms, despite all my efforts to keep it out. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we just take a look? Why don't we just dip our toes in and see what all this fuss is about? One minute I was reading a single tweet making fun of the situation. The next I was 2 hours into a deep dive on Jelena's entire timeline. I didn't care about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez when they were together. Why I would suddenly become so invested in them now is an answer only God knows. I finished that article with tens of thousands of words and hundreds of screenshots, turned my phone off, peeled myself off of the couch, looked around me for the first time in hours. The world never felt so sinister. It was dark outside. I was starving. I had to pee. I was radiating hatred for this pop star man I've never met before. If y'all ever catch me trying to do that again, just shoot me point blank in the head. I can't let this happen a second time. I cannot tell you the name of a single member of my favorite band. I could not identify one of their faces in a lineup. And that's exactly how it should be. No matter what awful thing they could ever do, no matter what heinous thing they could ever say, I can't be disappointed on any personal level. Because I just don't care about them. I'm the world's biggest hater of parasocial relationships. I don't want to hear things about people. I don't want to be aware of what they're doing. I don't want to know their names. And I think I'm a happier person because of it. Okay, so what do we have on the itinerary for today? I need to get groceries, which will almost invariably end up with me getting food somewhere, which will almost invariably end up with me getting a fun little drink, which will almost invariably end up with me finding a fun little spot to eat my food. The weather is so nice today, and in late February, global warming is really doing her thing. If I'm really spiraling out of control, I could end up at a thrift store, which would basically be the worst possible outcome for today. I don't know, maybe if I go to the park and pick around at cool rocks while I'm eating, it'll satiate that innate gatherer desire that lives within me that makes me compulsively thrift. This Walmart that I'm about to go into, a couple months ago, I was rushing to get out of it, and I was in the self-checkout, and as I was putting my last items into the cart, I looked up at the worker, and she just said, "Bye, have a nice day," and my brain short-circuited. And I just went, "Oh, bye," and turned around and started walking out of the store without paying for my stuff. Didn't realize it until the worker yelled at me and told me to come back and pay. And there were other people there and they saw me do it. And I was very, very embarrassed, but I'm being very brave right now. And I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna shop at this same Walmart again anyway. Also, I realized I forgot this sweet tea lemonade in the car yesterday. It's like a surprise from me to me. The spicy potato soft taco. Bro, I have dreams about this. I recreate it at home to the best of my abilities. It just doesn't quite match the nostalgic cheapness of a good fast food taco. I'm already scoping out the rocks. I ordered this rock. This rock is moldavite. It's from a meteor and it's expensive as hell, so I had to buy this teeny tiny little piece for like $60 and then wire it up and put it on a necklace myself. Now I have a bunch of wire and necklace materials left over, and so I have to find some other cool rocks and other such objects to put on them so it's not all just a waste. You know what I really want? I want to find a snail shell. I've seen like 2 snails in my life. They almost exist as like a mythical status in my mind. When I was a kid, I wasn't really sure if they were real or if they were just made up for cartoons. When I was in the grocery store, I was trying to find a sprouted bread because I've heard they're very good for you. Tell me why no one ever informed me. Those things are like $7 for a loaf that's half the size as a Wonder Bread white bread. It made me so angry. I went to the baking section and I bought a bag of whole wheat flour because somehow in the moment I convinced myself that I'm going to have the motivation to bake my own sandwich bread. I might have to force myself to do it like as soon as I get home when I'm still high off the anger of that revelation. Every old man in the tri-state area is outside running in this park today. What is a tri-state? I heard Dr. Doofenshmirtz say that twice. The 2 times I was allowed to watch Phineas and Ferb when I was watching cable at my Nana's house. And now I act like I know what that means. Like anyone knows what that means. Do you know what I want to find so bad? I want to find a shark tooth so bad. I'm landlocked. I haven't seen the ocean in years. But the amount of time I spend just thinking about how much I want a shark tooth so I can put it on a necklace, I might even be willing to get bit by a small one to have one. I'm aware that you can buy them online for pretty cheap, but like it's not the same. It doesn't have like personal value. Do you know what I mean? Like if I find it mysteriously, or if I fight for my life and win it, then it means something. Then I got a story. I can barely even make out my screen through this glare from the sun. When I watch this back for editing, I'm going to curse myself. I'm going to put a retroactive curse on myself for sitting right here. I did not get a fun little drink. I got a water like a responsible young woman. Okay, I think it's time to go look for rocks. I'm down here by the water because I want to find a hagstone. Realistically though, I don't know if this is quite the kind of environment those turn up in. Where do you go exactly to find hagstones? I think it needs running water, which means I'm wasting my time. But I do like the feeling of sticking my hands in the water, so I might hang around out here a little bit longer anyway. Do you want to see something truly heinous? I had to get a mineral sunscreen lip balm because I'm allergic to chemical SPF apparently. The last time I accidentally used a chemical SPF, it gave me a rash around my mouth so bad that the corners of my lips cracked open. Anyway, mineral lip balm. Absolutely not. And the audacity to charge me $4 for this, knowing that I was gonna look like this. I want names. I want names. I just want to talk. I'm making the bread. A really fun thing about every recipe I looked at was that they all pretty much say, if you even attempt to eat this bread after the first 24 hours of baking, you are a dumb, stupid idiot baby who should have eaten the entire loaf in one go the second it came out of the oven, because that is the only time it's worth eating at all. So really excited to see how that all plays out. Okay, this is coming together extremely quickly. If this actually tastes good, it may not be that unfeasible for me to just start cooking my own bread. I did not bring home any of the rocks from the lake with me. Did not find any that I thought were worthy enough. I need to go to a park sometime that has like a proper beach that I can dig around in. I want to go to lakes and on hikes so bad this year. I don't know anyone else who really enjoys doing that kind of stuff, so I'd have to do it on my own. I want to be a nature girly so bad. I basically lived outdoors when I was a kid, and I just gave it up sometime in my teens. But I'm trying to get back to those roots. I want to be a van life girly so bad. Can you even begin to imagine me bringing Fenrir and Zim full-time into a car with me? Like suicide by early onset heart attack. I can't even take them on a walk without risking getting laid out and dragged across the street. Oh my god. You're not even supposed to need this. The recipe just says to mix it, and I've been going for longer than it took me to lay all these ingredients out and mix them together. It doesn't help that I just had an arm day a couple days ago and my biceps feel like they're about to fall off the bone. Yeah, I work out now, it's whatever. Okay, I think we got it. Now she just has to rise for 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna bake her, and then we're gonna see whether or not my rage-fueled gamble paid off. Dinner time. We got rice, we got tofu salad, and we got sort of brown avocado. I mean, it's not awful. Also, I already messed up the bread. I realized after I had let it rise for 20 minutes that I was supposed to transfer it into the pan, then let it rise. So I had to scoop it up out of the bowl, shove it into the pan, push it around, try to make it fit. Now I'm gonna let it rise a little bit more, then I'm gonna stick it in and bake it and hope I didn't ruin the whole thing. Okay, actually the more I eat this, the more I kinda like it. I'm not sure if I ate that really fast because it was good or because I was just starving. So here's the bread after she's risen again. She only looks a little bit mutilated. There she is. She's looking a little ugly, but I'll accept it as long as she tastes alright. Alright. Let's give it a try. It's a little bit tough, just because I assume because I didn't let it rise properly, and then I also may have overcooked it a little bit. But overall, she's not terrible. And I didn't have to spend $7 on that smug-looking muscle man and his fancy whole wheat bread. My brain. Guys, I actually have some news. I think it's time I told you. I was at the doctor's recently and they did some MRIs. Unfortunately, my fat, juicy, voluptuous brain just can't be contained by my skull anymore. They are gonna have to do an enlargement. It's possible that I may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take if it means my genius will only grow from here. Mm.